All right. So, question number one, Roger, is all right, I'm a restaurant owner. I've got a tight budget. What's the best way that I can invest in marketing to get immediate results? I need to get a quick ROI. What would you say?
So it's all about pennies on the dollar versus a dollar for a dollar cash. And everything you do should be trackable. So I had a lot of success whenever I opened a new restaurant or I just wanted additional business at certain times. I used influencers. Now, that's a big word, and it doesn't necessarily mean what you think it is, but it means people that are in a position to send business to your restaurant for an incentive. These could be Uber drivers or cab drivers. They could be hotel concierges. They could be owners or managers of other tourist businesses. When people come to town and they say, hey, what's a good place to eat? And they're not familiar with the local area, the Uber driver says, oh, let me take you there, or here's a place. And literally you give them business cards or something with your logo identification on it. And all you have to do is ask them to stamp the back of whatever it is you give them as, as proof that it came in the door. And then you track this. And then you give them a gift card for pennies on the dollar. It's your food cost. It's not a dollar on the dollar. And that drove tons of business into all my restaurants.
Love it. Uber drivers, that's smart. I haven't thought about that because they're going to be talking to people. Where should we go eat? It's like the taxi drivers, right? Back
That
in the day.
question comes up all the time. Even, yeah, I mean, I do it too. When I go to a new city and I jump in an Uber and I say, hey, where do you like to go to eat? Or what's a great place, And instantly they think of your place, especially if there's an incentive to do it. And then they try your place. You give them a great experience when they come in the door. You treat them like VIPs, and then they're going to send you lots of business.
That is a brilliant idea. I am going to write that down and implement that. That is a really smart idea. What would you say if, someone's just starting up and they want to set up their social media and they want to get like their online presence going? Where would you say they should start first?
Well, not everyone is a social media guru or an expert like you are, Court, or even myself, but know that if you have a restaurant, you have lots of creative people that are on social media all the time, and they have an audience and they have followers, and they know what to post and when to post and what platforms are best. And you would empower them to create your social media campaign for an incentive, of course. You'd be surprised at how effective the campaign could be. And I
Yeah.
did that too. I employed people in my restaurant to be my social media team, and they were great at it. And they were constantly in the restaurant taking photos of what my guests were having fun and the plates coming off the kitchen and just all kinds of creative stuff. And I loved it. I said, great job. Keep it going. And it really worked. And we got positive feedback about it too.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a great way. I mean, Gary Vee talks about it all the time. I mean, posting on Instagram, social, is free, and if you can
Hmm.
get your
Oh,
staff
yeah.
and get them to
Right.
buy in, and maybe you have someone that's really good and maybe you pay them a little extra to help you run your social media every month, maybe if they really take charge of it. But yeah, I mean, you've got people working your restaurant that know how to work TikTok and Instagram.
Hmm.
Seems like
Yep.
they're the first place to go, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what I found. I
Yeah.
found that to be true. And,
Yep.
restaurant owners and GMs, do you really have the bandwidth to take on yet one more thing? Or can you empower your team to do that and many things and then incentivize them to help you build and run your business and grow a brand? I always found that to be super smart.